Lord Ahmed, we have a lot of issues to cover, but I'd like you to touch briefly on the background of the Kashmir dispute.
Well, when both India and Pakistan were given right of self-determination, rather when they were given independence by the British, at that time there were a few states that had not decided what they wanted to do. The formula was Muslim states would go with Pakistan, and with majority Hindu, they would go to India. The state of Junagadh and Hyderabad and also Kashmir decided they didn't want to, because in Hyderabad the ruler was a Muslim and the majority were Hindu. Junagadh was Muslim and the majority were Hindu. And so they decided they wanted to be with Pakistan. But they were forced to go with India. Here you had majority who were Muslim and the ruler was Hindu, and he decided to stay independent. And of course, we British always leave something behind for people to remind us that we've been there and we can leave some problems behind. Sadly, because they didn't get in August, the decision was not made.
August 1947.
August 1947, sorry, I should have said. By September, the Kashmiris were saying, well, what about our right? So we should be, whether we want to be with Pakistan or whether we want to be independent or whether we want to be with India. At that time, there was no such thing as independent, by the way. It was with India or Pakistan. And Maharaja decided he wanted to stay independent and he wanted to keep his... And by that time, early October, the Kashmiri leadership, Sardar Abdul Qayyum Khan and many others, they took up arms and they started to liberate, and they liberated a small part of 5,500 square miles, which is called Azad Kashmir. And then some Pakistani friends, Pashtuns, they came from Gilgit-Baltistan, and that region also liberated that 30,000 square miles. And had it not been that the Indian troops, official troops, landed in Srinagar, and contrary to international law, by the way, because and they landed there and they stopped the movement taking independence of the whole of Kashmir. And by this time, it was claimed by Indian government that they had this instrument of accession signed by Maharaja, who had invited them into. Up to now, that instrument of accession has never been proved, and it's been backdated, and all sorts of documents have been produced, but that's never been produced.